Indiana won the toss, deferred, so we'll start with Purdue and the offense. And here we go. The bucket game underway from Bloomington. From the end zone. This is Colby Lewis on the return. Lewis with a nice return out across the 30-yard line. As we take a look at our impact players, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. And Matt, how about for the Boilermakers on offense?
Yeah, well, Devin Mockobee is back, and that's a big deal for this offense because it gives them balance. Charlie Jones is going to be the guy who moves the chains and also big plays. Brian Fitzgerald stepped in a week ago to play linebacker, really a safety, very productive. Tywone Mullen, you're going to watch him. Hopefully we get a lot of matchups between he and Jones.
Third bucket game for O'Connell. Lost his first. One last year. Was fantastic last year in West Lafayette. O'Connell fakes the handoff, throws. Andrew Sawinski across midfield. That is a catch and a first down for the Boilermakers.
And he threw that behind him because he had a chance. That could have been a huge play. You're going to watch the one safeties on the backside. He jumps inside. And then you can see him going down. Sawinski down that left side and had to wait for the ball. Had it been a little bit more on target, it could have picked up more yardage.
21-yard pass play. O'Connell to Sawinski's 8th reception all year. Mockobee the tailback to O'Connell's left. And here is the freshman walk-on. Mockobee across the 40-yard line. First down run for the man known as Crazy Legs, Devin Mockobee.
A nice job. What they did, they spread everybody out by position. Just getting them on the outside. They went man coverage and well blocked up front. He got to the second level. And Mockobee, he's that kind of crazy legs thing. He's kind of slippery. He evades tackles well. Really a good player. Getting him back this week is a big deal.
Only had 5 carries last week. Was knocked out early. Was in concussion protocol, but cleared to play today. Redshirt freshman from Boonville, Indiana. O'Connell pressured, slings it out. This is Mockobee in the passing game. Across the 30, spins his way down for another first down to about the 27-yard line. 11 more. O'Connell to Mockobee. 1st and 10 Purdue.
Interesting watching O'Connell. So they gave you that 2 shell, right? You can see what his numbers are. You see the 278. You can see it in Indiana just a year ago, and they're going to play him a little bit different. They're mixing it up right now. They're going man. They're going a kind of a 2-deep, and here's a 2-deep shell. He's been throwing at it the whole time.
And a note with O'Connell how accurate he was in the bucket game last year. Mockobee makes a cut inside the 15-yard line. Purdue having no trouble moving the ball down the field against this Indiana defense.
Yeah, just really well done there on the outside by Musa with a nice block. And Mockobee, he cuts effortlessly. He doesn't look like he's going anywhere, and all of a sudden, look at that cut. Nice cut to the outside, evades Haynes and gets him another first down. It's really well done. This guy is an underrated player, just burst on the scene this year. But you're going to get a lot of good years out of him. He's a good player.
It's Tyrone Tracy Jr. in motion. Splits out, bottom part of your screen. O'Connell, quick drop, throws for the end zone, going up, pulling it down, no, incomplete.
He had control and then didn't as he fell into the end zone. Because he didn't have control all the way through the catch, it's going to be incomplete. That's a nice job in the defense on the back end there. Make the tackle, get your hand up into it. That's really well done.
Tywone Mullen in coverage on Abdur Rahman Yassin.
He has the ball there, and then Mullen's hand goes up through his face and splits his arms and causes the incompletion.
Jeff Brom, elite play caller, just outside the 10-yard line. Mockobee, well contained this time. Dropped for a loss by Alfred Bryant, senior. In his final home game, makes a good play. It'll be 3rd down.
You mentioned Jeff Brom as a play caller. Jeff Brom does more with less than anybody, I think, in college football. I think he flies completely under the radar. I think he's one of the best play callers in all of football, pros or college.
On 3rd down, O'Connell looks, throws towards the end zone, threw it low, and that is incomplete. Payne Durham has the football in his hand. The officials discuss.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Jeff's going to ask for that thing too. He has to throw it down low. The coverage is a phenomenal coverage. Goes down inside. Oh, that's a great call. That's an incompletion. He gets it off to the side, and the ball hits the ground. He did not get a hand under it. It kind of went off his shoulder.
Should be a good look here. Watch the point of the football. So a 29-yard try. Now they may take a look.
They're going to take a peek at it. It would be hard to say, it would be hard to overturn that call once you see it hits the ground. The question would be, does he maintain some kind of control with that? He may have held it up on his upper arm, and if they can determine that it had control and it didn't bobble there, then they have a chance. He gets his hand under it, but then it travels up his arm, right there. Now, if this is going to hit the ground right there, but if he has control, and I don't know how you can see that from this point, then you would say it would be fine.
The call on the field was an incomplete pass.
Throw through with it. That's a hard call to make, but it's hard. I believe it's going to be hard to overturn that call for him.
And they're going to kick. So it is a 29-yard try for Mitchell Finneran. And the kick is up, and that is good. 37th career field goal made for Mitchell Finneran, top 5 all time.
Graham does an outstanding job.
Here's Van Ekeren with the kick from inside the 5-yard line. This is Josh Henderson on the return. Henderson with a stiff arm. And it stood up across the 25-yard line, so they kicked it away from Lucas. It went to Henderson, and we'll see the Indiana offense and the second straight start for redshirt sophomore Georgia native Dexter Williams II. Made his first start last week, Matt, against Michigan State. Relied heavily on the ground until that second overtime period. Threw the ball twice in that dramatic win.
Yeah, when he had to, he threw it nice. I had a nice chat with him before the game. You know, things are still fast for him. Still things. So one of the things I mentioned to him was, look at it just like practice. Think of it as practice. It'll calm yourself down. See it, throw it.
First run for Sean Shivers at a 79-yard touchdown run last week as he picks up close to 4. If you're looking for the Illinois Northwestern game, go to btn.com/gamefinder right now to see where you can find the game in your area.
And hopefully it turns you back to this game.
Lots to play for today. Again, the stakes are high. A Purdue win, and the Boilermakers will play in the Big Ten Championship next week. On second down, here's a toss. Here is Lucas. Jalen Lucas, that great speed. Keeps his feet inside the 30. Lucas, 10, 5, touchdown, Indiana.
Excellent job of blocking on the outside by the receivers. They had 2 out there. They had 2 to beat. That's why I said if you kick to this kid, forget it. Open space is his friend. And if you get him there, he's going to do the rest. Really well done by Jalen Lucas.
True freshman from Houma, Louisiana, 71-yard touchdown run. And Lucas, what a second half of this season he is having, making plays, special teams on offense. And now Charles Campbell, the senior, the extra point is up and good. So we have a timeout in Bloomington. Jalen Lucas. Tom Allen told us the ball's got to find his hands about 15, 20 times per game. And this is why in the bucket game today.
They caught him in a blitz, and it evened the numbers on the outside. And Jalen Lucas, if you give him that, he's going to crush you.
Well, return here. Ball comes out for 25. Why did this play work so well, Matt, for Indiana?
Well, it's all about numbers. Football's all about numbers. So you take a look right here. There's the 1 number, and you have 3 back here. You're going to take one of them and attack the quarterback. That leaves 2 people on 2 people, right? And if those guys, the offensive guys, do their job and just get a block, you got a big play. And there's A.J. Barner with the first one, and he's out the gate. So now he has to just beat an angle. And it's not even close. He outruns the angle. And Jalen Lucas is something special. He is fun to watch.
Only chance Purdue had was OC Brothers, number 20, a linebacker. But Lucas won that round. Here's Mockobee. Cuts inside the 30-yard line. Another good run for Mockobee. Picks up close to 7 more. Devin Mockobee, 6-foot redshirt freshman, remains a walk-on, but that, one would think, Matt, is about to change as rosters reset, as the portal opens up, guys graduate, move on. Can't imagine 45 is going to be a walk-on for too much longer.
Yeah, I just can't believe that he was a walk-on, seeing what he does. I don't think they knew exactly what they got out of him.
Here's a Jeff Brom trick play, couple of reverses, now a throw to Tyrone Tracy Jr., but well contained by Indiana. Goes for virtually no gain. Noel Pierre, number 21, made the play for Indiana, 3rd down.
Yeah, he had patience is what he had. That's a nice job by Pierre to let things. He saw something was up. He stayed where he had to be. And that was on the backside of that block, and then he defeated it and sets up this 3rd and about 2. Jeff Brom not too happy about somebody who did something. Nice matchup down here.
O'Connell throws. That's caught. Payne Durham, tight end, 1st down near the 40-yard line. The 51st reception for the redshirt senior from Sewanee, Georgia, Payne Durham.
Payne Durham is one of those guys that you just want him to be just a little bit faster. But let me just tell you, he is very productive. He understands how to sit down in zones. He understands how to work off a guy. He'll catch a contested ball, and there's a lot of trust in him. By the way, Corey, it looks like Aiden O'Connell brought his A game here today. He is dead on.
O'Connell, 11 interceptions this season. That leads the Big Ten. The passing game hasn't been sharp. The weather's played into that the last few weeks. Looking for Charlie Jones, and well covered that time by Tywone Mullen, co-captain.
That's the one thing you're going to, if they're matching him out there, that's a great matchup. Charlie Jones is not going to kill you with speed. He's going to get the contested ball. Tywone Mullen is an outstanding corner. He can cover you man for man. He can sit in the zone. He's excellent at reading things, developing in front of him, comes up, makes tackles. And here we go down below. It's another matchup, and it looks like they're going to, looks like that safety's creeping down. They're going to go with man on the outside. Here he goes, just walking up.
On 2nd and 10, O'Connell throws. That's Durham again, and Durham forward progress out to the 46-yard line, picks up 6. Deshaun McCullough, talented freshman, made the stop, number 0 for Indiana.
If they're going to match on the outside like that, then Durham's going to be the guy they're going to have to go to a lot. And he is. He's got good hands, a good blocker. And he also has confidence in his quarterback. They trust him.
Indiana as a front, they've struggled getting to the quarterback. The 17 sacks all year, near the bottom of the Big Ten. See Purdue on 3rd down. O'Connell pumps. Speaking of pressure, this time Indiana gets home, and a sack for Alfred Bryant. His 3rd sack of the season.
I think he heard you when you were just talking about that.
A loss of 8.
Kind of ticked him off, so he did a nice job coming off that edge. They don't have great speed on the outside, but that was a nice spin move back to the inside. He just beat Miller like a glove. Can you beat him like a glove?
Sure, why not?
He just did it.
You know, asking Chad Wilt, defensive coordinator for Indiana, about his personnel this week, he thought that Bryant could win his matchup 1-on-1.
Absolutely. It's one of the things they were counting on.
DJ Matthews will return it. He's been banged up. Matthews makes a cut and is tripped up across the 25-yard line. And with that, we'll step aside. 2nd possession for Indiana. Here's Williams. Williams 1st down. Carry across the 35-yard line. Another good block from the tight end, A.J. Barner.
Another good block up front. This offensive line is doing very well right now. There's a lot of nice inside blocking. Able to get Dexter Williams to the outside. It's really amazing when you watch this. Their center snapping with his, not really his left hand. He has his right snapping hand is hurt, and he's snapping with his left hand, and he's playing phenomenal.
Zach Carpenter, number 50. And a run up the middle for Shivers across the 40-yard line, tackled by Jalen Graham. But there are the hands of Zach Carpenter, right hand with a cast, snapping left-handed.
That is not easy to do, Corey.
4th straight start, Matt, doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a cast on that, like you said, on that right hand. And to just, he must be ambidextrous, because it's not easy to snap with your left hand if you're a righty.
It's snapped this time to Williams. It's Shivers, and he is crunched. That should pick up the first down. We'll have it across the 47-yard line. A gain of 5, 1st and 10, Indiana.
This Sean Shivers, this kid is a little tank. I mean, he is stacked. I saw him before the game. He's got big old quads on him. His upper body, he's got a nice pump to him. Good-looking guy, and he's not afraid to run into people.
Already 95 yards on the ground for Indiana. Shivers last week had a touchdown run of 79 yards. And Williams keeps it, trying to cut back, and then is ripped down by O.C. Brothers. Redshirt junior linebacker makes the play, no gain.
With Dexter Williams in this offense, it has just injected a whole new dimension into it. The quarterback run changes things. He's gaining confidence throwing the football, but his feet just changing everything. It changes the numbers on defense, because now you have to account for them.
Anderson and Jalen Lucas, the backs near Williams. Here's Lucas. And he carries the ball across the 48. And the ball will be spotted right at the 50-yard line. Well, Indiana keeping the ball on the ground, and we saw that. The weather had a lot to do with that last week, but it's also been how this offense has been looking and trending, Matt, in recent weeks.
It's really remarkable to make that big a change at the end of the season. They just went from hurry-up passing offense to now we're going to slow down. We're going to run the football with this quarterback and Sean Shivers.
7 plays, everything on the ground. Williams, design run. And Williams moving that body forward near the 45. Picks up 4. Brothers again made the stop. See, 4th down and short.
I'd go for it. I'd go for it because I have a quarterback who's got some wheels. He can stretch this defense, widen everybody, get the numbers out of the box. That's exactly what he's doing.
So Indiana dead last in conversion percentage on 4th down.
Let's see if they don't use the wide side of the field, so you have some more space to be able to run it.
Play clock under 10. On 4th and 2, another option. How about a little flip?
Oh, great call.
How about a flip to Emery Simmons? Giving Jeff Brom a taste of his own medicine on 4th and 2. First down, Indiana.
That's an outstanding call. Good. I mean, that's an excellent call. You take the inside of the 3 receivers, you're going to bring it back the other way. You're going to play to that top side because you know you have the wide side of the field to work with, and he just brings it around the other side. Outstanding call. Walt Bell, that's a heck of a call by Walt Bell. You think Tom Allen gets fired up at all?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, Tom Allen. We saw the emotion last week in East Lansing. On play action. Williams sets the feet, throws, tight window. That's caught near the 30-yard line by Barner. First pass of the day goes for 5.
You called it right, Corey. He threaded the needle on that one. That was a small window. But this kid, I just think he's got a huge future. Things are going to start to slow down. He's going to see things faster. The ball can come out fast. He's got a great arm, and he has those feet.
Debuted in a backup role a few weeks ago against Penn State. Played against Ohio State. Started against Michigan State. And starting again today. 2-yard run for Shivers, brought down by Suleiman Paca. 3rd and 3.
Corey, the other thing that's kind of surprising a little bit right now is this Indiana offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. They are creating holes and getting movement up front against this Purdue defense.
And a much maligned offensive line, Matt, that for a large chunk of this season has not performed well.
Yeah, I agree. And so they've infused it with some youth. Right now, those guys are playing pretty well.
10th play of the drive on 3rd and short. Shivers, and he is met by a helmet. And he'll be brought down short. Does pick up 2, but that was a big hit at the point of contact.
Shivers didn't even blink.
Jacob Wahlberg, 37.
That's good solid football right there. Oh, he buckled Wahlberg too. And they're going to go for it on 4th and about 1.
Campbell has a big leg. Charles Campbell, 5 career field goals of 50 yards or more, but this is 4th and 1. Tom Allen will try again. As Indiana loads up the line on 4th and 1, it's Shivers up the middle. First down, it appears, across the 25. He'll have it 1st and 10, Indiana.
Shivers, like I mentioned earlier, he's a little tank. This kid, I love the way he plays the game. He catches the ball well. He can be physical when he has to. He's not a real tall guy, but he's got a lot of power behind him. It's really well done by Shivers.
Fist pump there from Tom Allen, and yep, first down. Indiana before today had converted 6 4th downs all year. They're 2 for 2 alone today. Under a minute to play. Entertaining first quarter. Williams looking and falls down, and he fell down awkwardly.
That looked like he might have hurt himself.
Oh man, Dexter Williams stopped and then had to fall down to the ground near the 30-yard line.
That is not a good.
Missed all of last season with a torn ACL. Had the COVID year in 20, knee injury last season, and Williams is down. We'll take a timeout. But we will play on, and Connor Bazelak is now back in at quarterback.
Let's see.
26-yard line, a gain of 4.
Okay, when they were running, with Connor Bazelak was running this offense, it was a fast-paced, hurry-up offense all the time. And let's see if they try to infuse any of that back into this. That's the end of the quarter. We'll see it here, but we'll see if they try to go back to that style or if they stay with the traditional style.
Transfer from Missouri, Connor Bazelak. 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
That's the end of the first quarter.
He is running the show right now after 7-3 Indiana. On 3rd down and 12, Connor Bazelak throws and incomplete. Anderson Colby, he had his head twisting and turning, was not ready for the ball. Coverage from Corey Trice, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, he got on top of Trice, and a better ball would have been a chance, but he just threw it hard to the inside. Trice was in a trail position. Now what happens with this offense, all of a sudden now you don't have to worry about the extra guy, right? So the numbers, now they favor the defense again.
44-yard try for redshirt senior Charles Campbell. He's made 13 field goals this season. He has struggled.
He struggled
this range, and that one is no good. So wide left, empty trip for Indiana. And Jeff Brom and the Boilermakers get the ball back, down 4. That's the story for Purdue. A win and they're in. O'Connell on 1st down after the missed field goal. Pocket collapsing, and for the 2nd time today, O'Connell is sacked.
Nice job on the back end of that Indiana defense. This is a coverage sack completely. He's going to look to the top side. Charlie Jones is covered. That's where he really wanted to go. And then he was able to get home.
DeMarcus Elliott with the sack. Honorable mention, all Big Ten performer in 2019. Today is 45th career game.
That was a really good game a week ago.
It's a loss of 9. And now a run for Dylan Downing. Not much. Gain of 2, tackled by Brian Fitzgerald. Starting at linebacker again today. Downing will come out. It's 3rd and long. Haven't called Charlie Jones's name much. Doesn't have a catch yet today on 3rd and long. O'Connell flushed. rolling, looking, throws nowhere near the line to gain. Kobe Lewis with the reception. It's 4th down, and Purdue will punt.
There's nowhere to go. This is outstanding coverage by the Hoosiers. They just lock things up, and if you look at it on all 22, you're going to see. So it's a 3-man route, 4-man route with the tight end going across. They're playing a zone, right? They're playing from the top down, right? You let everything happen in front of you. And so he's waiting for them to get past the sticks, and then they can't do it. They just clamped on him. Really well done in coverage.
Jag Ansel with the punt. DJ Matthews returns this one. Gets away once. Trying to cut back. Flag thrown. Back inside the 20. And a 52-yard punt. As we await on the flag. Our referee today is Greg
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 23. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's on Jalen Williams with the penalty.
Yep, right there.
Elise, what do you have?
Well, I've been watching this team ever since Williams went down. Specifically, defensive coordinator Chad Wilt told his defense, control the response. You can imagine the pain on these players' faces. I saw it on Wiltz. I saw it on Cam Jones. And there was an intensity and a confidence and momentum about this team in the first quarter, and you can tell they're trying to get back to that.
Connor Bazelak with Jalen Lucas behind him. And Lucas, another good run across the 14 of the 15-yard line. A gain of nearly 5 brought down by Bryce Hampton.
So right now, Jalen Lucas is their playmaker on this offense. They have to find a way to get him out in open space. You heard me say that earlier. Open space is his friend. He's one of those guys who can take a little more of a beating than you think he can. So in the pass game or in the run game, you've got to get the ball in his hands.
Bazelak fakes the handoff, and now it's Lucas in the passing game. He slips across the 15 and will be brought down about a yard shy of the line, the gain of the 18-yard line.
That's smart. That's really smart by Wilt. He's doing a nice job finding ways to get him out in space. And when I say out in space, what you really want is to give him a chance to be able to get a one-on-one, and you're going to bet on his ability to make you miss and pick up more yardage.
It's an Indiana offense missing its top wide receiver in Cam Camper, done for the year with a knee injury. On 3rd and short, and a 1st down run across the 20-yard line. Sean Shivers.
That's a nice job of just getting a body on a body, right? They came with another blitz to the inside, and he just blocked him out of the way. Really well done. By 48 there.
Bazelak, his 10th game of the season. Had 3 series against Ohio State 2 weeks ago. Did not play last week. Bazelak rolls, throws, and a sliding catch made near the 35-yard line by Malachi Holt-Bennett. Gain of 12, 1st down Indiana.
Nice route by Holt-Bennett. You're going to see him push first, now come back to the ball. And he does that well. Ball's thrown down low, but it's another completion. Nice job of getting Bazelak out of the pocket and getting him a little bit on the run to get some movement and buy some time. Now they got their playmaker back there again. You got Lucas in the backfield.
And now we're seeing, all right, Bazelak back in. Indiana, though, they're not playing fast, Matt.
No.
In no hurry here.
Yep.
It's Lucas. Picks up about 3. Let's get an update on Dexter Williams from Elise Menaker on the field.
Corey, so officially it's a right leg injury. He has been taken to the Bloomington Hospital for further evaluation. All
right, Elise, thank you. Yeah, we saw that leg wrapped up as he was carted off the field. Tom Allen loses his starter, but guy that's played a ton of football in his career, Connor Bazelak of Missouri, now a first-year Hoosier. On 2nd down and 6. They set up the screen. It's Barner, the tight end. And he spins his way out near the 43, Matt, about a yard shy of the first down.
They have not been shy about going for this. Either Henderson, well, it's a third down anyway, but it's either Henderson or Shivers. They've been winning the line of scrimmage with this offensive line. They've just been powering behind them.
Henderson comes in a bigger back at 5'11", 215. Out of the pistol behind Bazelak on 3rd and 1. It's Henderson up the middle. He'll have it. First down to the 46.
26. Good power. Nice job on the left side of that offensive line. Purdue came and ran a slant. They're going to their left on a slant. Henderson read it right and just ran right behind it. Well done.
Now, even with Bazelak, back in, it's fascinating that Indiana is not going back to how they ran the offense earlier in the season. This was a team that was snapping the ball quicker than any other team in the game. Henderson up the middle. Good run this time. Inside Purdue territory to the 47-yard line. Good block from right guard 67, Khalil Benson.
I'm glad you said that about Benson, because the difference in this team now, as opposed to when Bazelak was in before, is the offensive line. You can see Carpenter engaged. You can see Sales engaged. Benson's engaged. That whole entire offensive line is they're moving people. And we saw earlier in the year they were getting stoned. Right now, they're moving guys.
And Purdue missing a key guy on its defensive front. Branson Dean out with an ankle injury. That's a big loss on that defensive front for Purdue. A gain of 2. It's 3rd down upcoming for Indiana.
It's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. But this offensive line, like I said, they're playing their best football at the end of the season, which they should. That's the sign of a good team. You put Shivers in there and put a little power behind him, and he's in now. You like what they're doing. See Sales right there, who's come in and is playing very well.
Starting right tackle on 3rd and short. Shivers, first down to the 43. The 4th first down conversion on this drive.
Vakasaliki had a chance to make this play in the hole. Oh, no, that's
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg, yeah, Wahlberg. I thought it was 97. Wahlberg had a chance to make it right in the hole and didn't happen.
Bazelak grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Asking him earlier in the season, Buckeyes fan, he said no. And my only reason behind that was all my friends were. I wanted to be different, so he roots for Michigan.
Well, he's a happy guy.
Yeah, happy guy today. He grew up a guy that was rooting for the Maize and Blue, and the only reason why he wasn't a Buckeye fan, all of his friends would cheer for Ohio State. 11th play of the drive coming up. Bazelak lost it, got it back, and fell on top of it. A loss of about 2. Nick Carraway made the play defensively, number 5 for Purdue.
And that's the difference between this quarterback and at the start. Because right here, so he's gonna be flat-footed right here. Yeah, so if that was the case earlier, Williams would still be running.
Second down at 12. Bazelak throws. Barner. And Barner's tripped up across the 45-yard line. Stretched out well by Purdue defensively. A gain of only 1. Samisi Fakasiaki, a 7th-year player, made the stop. And there's a guy that used to play in this game for Indiana, Reese Taylor. Now playing for the Boilermakers in this rivalry for the first time.
Fakasiaki did a nice job of getting there to the outside. It's going to set up this 3rd and long. And so now this is the piece where you're going to see Dexter Williams' feet really made a big difference.
Purdue brings 3. A pocket for Bazelak. Rolls, throws. That's caught by Lucas near the 40. It'll be 3rd down. I beg your pardon, 4th down and long coming up. Corday Sidnor made the play with Wahlberg after a gain of 3. It's 4th and 8.
And they're going to pin him back there. Try to anyway.
And the punting unit comes on for Indiana. This would have been about a 57-yard field goal. Campbell's career long is 55. Charlie Jones awaits inside his own 10. Fair catch for Jones. Gets away from the ball. Takes an Indiana bounce and down near the 6-yard line. Good punt from Evans. Purdue with the ball pinned inside its own territory deep when we come back. And Purdue with the ball from its own 5. Mockobee the tailback behind O'Connell. Mockobee had a great start to the game and picks up about 3. Caden Turner made the stop. Freshman linebacker, his 4th game for Indiana. It's a thin group right now with linebackers, so Turner, he's forced to play and play a lot.
Yeah, and he's shown the ability to be able to do exactly what you just saw right there. Nice reader, key and diagnose, very well done. We're going to set up this 2nd and about 8 or 7, something like that.
55 yards on the ground so far for Purdue after a gain of 3. O'Connell looking left, throws. There's Charlie Jones in space. Charlie Jones is free. Charlie Jones across midfield and tripped up inside the 40.
We tell you, that's a heck of a job. I can't see his number from here. Oh, it's Tywan Mullen. Tywan Mullen got on his horse and took an angle. And because of that, he saved the touchdown.
Timeout for player injury.
Yeah, Charlie Jones is off to the races right here. But watch to the right of your screen. You're going to see a man on an angle with a mission. It's Mullen right there. Oh, that's just really well done by Charlie Jones as well. He gave him the old okey doke in the middle of that. Really well done.
So Charlie Jones, number 15, his 94th catch, a big one. O'Connell and the Boilermakers on the move. Timeout.
Charlie Jones is one of those guys. Here's when you know you're a good receiver. When everybody on the field knows you're getting the ball and you still get it.
Shaking up Hoosier, by the way, was Tywan Mullen. He came out. Christopher Keys comes in. Now a drop from Payne Durham. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, it was a good call, too. He had some chance with space. But let's go back to Charlie Jones for a second. Charlie Jones started his football career up in Buffalo, New York.
As a walk-on.
As a walk-on. And from there, he went to Iowa.
As a walk-on.
And played 3 years. He was predominantly a kick returner, punt returner. Had more belief in himself. And then he went back to his childhood friend, Aiden O'Connell. And O'Connell talked to the coaches and said, he's better than anybody we got. And he came here, and he's better than anybody they've got.
O'Connell steps up and throws, and incomplete. Intended for Jones. James Head Jr. flushed O'Connell from the pocket. His 3rd and long.
Had a little bit of pressure on him, and he was able to move him off his spot. That ball came out a little bit too high. Jones had been wide open on the sidelines. Charlie Jones' favorite player in the NFL is Cooper Kupp, and he bears a pretty good resemblance to him. Not a real fast guy, smart guy, can catch the ball, contested catches, but he's a chain mover.
See Purdue 1 out of 4 on 3rd down.
See Mockobee's back in there.
Indiana brings pressure. O'Connell time throws, and too high for Jones. Looking for a flag, not there. Noah Pierre, number 21, step for step with number 15.
Good coverage by Pierre. They're running a double route on that top side. And the top guy's going to clear it out, and then underneath they're going to break it. But Noah Pierre read the same thing. The ball came off high. Incomplete. Sets up this 4th down, and it appears that the Purdue skis are going to go for it.
And Purdue does attempt quite a few 4th downs. Time for the 3rd most 4th down attempts in the Big Ten. 56% conversion rate. This will be their 26th 4th down try this season. 4th and 10. Play clock. It's at 0. Did they get this off?
No, they didn't. Got a flag down.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Jeff Brom not happy on that sideline. And that will probably take them out of going for it, Matt, on 4th down here.
Yeah, it looks like
O'Connell on the sideline.
Yeah, well, they're not not on the same page right there. They're going to have to get back on the same page quick. So get your words out of the way and move on. Of course, Jeff Brom's
straight.
Yeah, Jeff's a former quarterback, so he understands a quarterback mind.
3 straight empty drives. Ansel with the punt, and that'll spin out of bounds at the 1. Great punt by Jack Ansel. A 38-yard punt, and Indiana will start from its own 1-yard line. Deion Burks was there just in case. Ball spun out of bounds. Great punt from Ansel. Time.
Not giving it up.
Shivers transfer from Auburn today to combine Auburn-Indiana's 54th career game. On 2nd and 6, Shivers again. And the pile stacks up after 9.
He's a squirmy thing, too. See how he squirted out the bottom of that pile?
Yeah, if he gets through that first level, man, then that's where he can be dangerous. 5'7", 186, strong and fast.
Yeah, now watch, he's going to bury his head. He runs behind his pads very well. Now watch him just kind of squirt out from in there. All of a sudden, here he comes, picks up another yard, and it's really setting up this third about 2.5 probably.
Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining. Indiana will get the ball first to begin the second half.
Just want to get this first down right here. Just run straight at him. Here it is.
Shivers left side is free, and a first down across the 15-yard line, tackled by Jack Sullivan.
Right there, that's just running with your eyes from Shaun Shivers. That's really well done. They just find the hole, right? So your eyes, he checks to the right, now he goes back to the left side, and there it is. It pops open, and he runs right through it. And he's hard to bring down. He's a powerful kid.
Needed 2, picked up 7.
Liking this Shaun Shivers today.
Should Indiana use a timeout here? They're in no rush. Yes, they're going to get the ball first, but are they content just taking their time here and taking a 7-3 lead?
It looks like it. Yeah, it does.
3 timeouts, but no hurry here. And Shivers spun down near the 20 by Trice after a gain of 3. Coming up momentarily from Chicago, stay tuned for the halftime report presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. With Dave, Howard, and Jerry. First half analysis. Michigan beating Ohio State. Updates on Illinois, Northwestern, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all coming up on the halftime show presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
So they're going to be content with just taking a 7-3.
Surprised by that, Matt.
Right into the
3 timeouts.
Look at the patience by Shivers. Really well done. See, setting things up, letting his blockers get a little push. Tom Allen cheering him on, knowing what he's doing right here in the half. He likes this piece. He's going to just let it go. He'll take that 4-point lead going into the half and work off it, knowing he's going to get the ball first in the second half.
Tom Allen, look at that energy. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup halftime show is coming up, but Tom Allen and the Hoosiers will take a 4-point lead to the locker room in the bucket game.
That's the end of the first half.
2016, the last time Indiana won both the brass spittoon and the Old Oaken bucket in the same year.
The other thing that's happened for Indiana is they've gotten a lot of 3rd and shorts. And with Shivers and his power, he's been able to convert them.
Yeah, Indiana's been good on 3rd down. They'll have the ball first to begin the second half. For more on what we learned at halftime, here's Elise Menaker.
Yeah, I talked to Jeff Brom. You guys were talking about that time of possession. Well, Brom was saying we have to stay on the field. He doesn't want to see his offense, his quarterback take sacks. Says we have to gain positive yardage. And then he put it on himself. He says, I have to do a better job of calling plays. And then obviously defensively with Bazelak in the game, he was saying that defensively they have to be aggressive. He says we have to stop the run, be aware of that quarterback run, and then be alert for the play action pass.
All right, Elise, thank you. Connor Bazelak, his 10th game of the season. Dexter Williams, the second, injured, a right leg injury, was carted off the field in the first quarter. It's been Bazelak ever since. It's been the ground game, though, so far tonight, and they keep it on the ground for Josh Henderson, and he picks up a couple. And for Jeff Brom, trailing at halftime over his head coaching career at Purdue, winning games has not been a strength. 6-24 under Jeff Brom, Matt, when trailing at halftime.
Yeah, that's surprising. And this game right here, though, however, it's a close game. He's still behind by 4 points, but the biggest piece right there is Indiana's offensive line has been controlling the line of scrimmage. That's the reason they're winning.
And Purdue this season, they've played better, certainly in league play, in one possession, one score games. It's a run for Henderson. Again, good pursuit by Purdue. Kadron Jenkins and O.C. Brothers combined on the stop.
A nice job on the outside, not letting him get outside. That's what they wanted to do, is bounce that thing. And they had great force and cut it back up inside. Trice did a nice job as well. Sets up this third and long, man. 7 yards to go. And
something you mentioned, Matt, Indiana good on third down. They had, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. This is 3rd and 7.
Got a one-on-one down here. You got a single high. 3-on-2 to the top side.
There's Bazelak in the pocket, throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Holt Bennett.
And he got pressure, and there's the difference in the play. That time they were able to get home a little bit and put some pressure on Bazelak.
Corey Trice, good player, 23 in coverage on Holt Bennett, and Purdue forces a 3-and-out, the first 3-and-out for Indiana all night. And Charlie Jones back to receive the punt.
Jack Sullivan was the guy, 99, who got some pressure and forced him to throw that quickly.
One for James Evans. From New Zealand, 21 years old. Jones, a fair catch. Inside his own 20-yard line. Well, next Saturday, catch a pair of hoops matchups at noon Eastern. Ohio State takes on St. Francis. Then at 4, Trace Jackson Davis leads number 11 Indiana, undefeated by the way, against Rutgers in the conference opener. Jersey Mike's Arena. It all starts next Saturday on Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Get that little appetizer of Big Ten conference play. 2 games, then a break, and then we kick it off for real around the holidays. Devin Mockobee, the tailback, with 5 carries in the first half. O'Connell throws high, incomplete.
Had him open too. Cover 2. Just a straight cover 2, and he's just sitting down in the zone. Charlie Jones does a nice job of finding a hole. Just took off on him.
Yeah, we asked Jeff Brown this week about O'Connell's season. Yes, Matt, some of the numbers are great. The completion percentage, though, has been down. He hasn't been as sharp. Yes, the weather played a part of that the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, the weather did a little bit, but he's not. When we saw him early in the season, he was sharp as attack, and right now his ball just coming off a little high.
This one perfectly thrown to Payne Durham. He'll have a first down near the 30-yard line.
They need to find a rhythm that they lost in the first quarter. Really, the first quarter they came out and they took the ball right down the field, then they kicked the field goal, and he was right on the money. So they need to get a little bit more momentum here, and the way to do that, trust your tight end.
3rd catch for Durham on his 5th target. O'Connell will keep it. O'Connell faked the handoff, and he has a first down near the 40. A rare design run for number 16, a gain of 10.
That's exactly what you want to do, right? So you want to say, that guy will never run a freaking ball. No way. And then here he comes out the back end.
Jeff Brom, he'll tell you that, at least 2 or 3 times he'll need O'Connell to make a play with his feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
His 26th career start. Looking for his 2nd win against Indiana. Lost in 19, no game in 20, won last year. Quick pass thrown behind, but that's caught by Mockobee, gets free. Mockobee inside Indiana territory, shoved out across the 45.
I hope you at home can appreciate how good a play that was by Devin Mockobee. This ball has some juice on it, and it is thrown behind him, and he has to twist his body around and then he takes off and does this. This kid is really good football player.
His running backs coach Chris Barkley said of Mockobee, he runs like a wet bar of soap.
That's pretty good.
Here's Mockobee again in the passing game. Mockobee inside the 35, and this drive is reminiscent, Matt, of Purdue the first time they had the ball today.
Yeah, exactly. It looks exactly like they did in the first half. And Mockobee was the guy who had his hands on the ball quite a bit. A wet bar of soap does a good job right there. May have gotten a little bit of a little help there from Durham.
Devin Mockobee, former Boonville High School pioneer, flipped his recruitment from Navy as a walk-on, preferred walk-on at Purdue in June of 2021. He's had a special season. O'Connell thinking big and diving in, incomplete, looking for Jones at the 5.
The only reason they even had any kind of a chance right there was because of Devin Mockobee. You're going to see him right there on your screen. That is a great job of picking things up just out of the hands of Charlie Jones, who gets on top of that coverage. You beat Mullen off the line and just missed it. But that ball doesn't even get thrown if Mockobee doesn't make that block up front. Really well done by Devin Mockobee. That blocking is one of the things that they're a little bit worried about on the other side with Jalen Lucas. They don't want to put him in there when they have a passing situation because he might have to pick up a blitzer.
Late play clock, and Jeff Brown none too pleased about burning an early timeout here. 7-3 early third quarter. O'Connell after the timeout, second down, open Jones. Charlie Jones carries the ball near the 16.
Nice job of protection there. It all starts up front. And because he has that, he's sitting in the zone. This is one of the things Charlie Jones does very well. He reads the zones exceptionally well, finds the hole in between the defenders and sits down. He and O'Connell are on the same page in that thing, but that doesn't happen without that protection.
Charlie Jones up to 95 receptions this season, has 2 tonight. O'Connell to Durham, goal line, power, touchdown Purdue, and the Boilermakers have the lead.
Bullet, dead on the money. Good protection, nice throw, well done. That protection all starts with a center who's starting in his first game.
15-yard touchdown pass. O'Connell, 64th career touchdown throw. And Payne Durham, his 21st career touchdown reception. Finneran for the point after try. And it's good. So Purdue, a quiet first half. There is a flag.
Offside. Defense number 23. The penalties decline. Result of the play is a successful try.
So Payne Durham, a 15-yard touchdown reception, capping off an 8-play, 82-yard drive. We've seen this a lot this season. O'Connell to Durham with a lot on the line for Purdue. 64 career touchdown passes now from Aiden O'Connell. Passes Kyle Orton for 5th all-time in program history. Drew Brees, the record at 90. O'Connell now 64.
That was well drawn up and well executed by the players.
Van Ekron again kicks it away from Jalen Lucas.
You better believe it. They're kicking it to the other side. Here's what I want you to watch. Here's the whole key. Is the tight end right there, Paul Ferry. His job is to get out, and you've got to cross this defender's face. You must cross it so you can take him out of it, and that leaves this open right there because they're playing from the top down. It's a man coverage with the safety sitting in the middle, and because Ferry does that job, he's able to get back underneath it, and then it's just a matter of leverage and a nice throw. AOC for 6.
See if IU can respond. Now down 3. Bazelak slings it out quickly, and that's caught by James Bamba. The tight end, his 4th reception of the season, picks up 8.
Is his first name la 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 la?
Maybe to his friends. 6'6", 245, redshirt freshman from right here in Bloomington. And Purdue clinches the Big Ten West and will play Michigan in the Big Ten championship game presented by Discover next week with a win. And blowing that up is Kieran Douglas. Matt, he's not 100%, but he's playing hurt and playing well.
He came on a run blitz right there. Guy who transferred from Army West Point, you're going to see him as soon as he sees it, he's taking off. And then he gets a jump start on it, and because he does, they're not able to get back down on him. Benson misses that. Douglas makes the play.
Third down here for Bazelak. Purdue showing pressure on 3rd and 5. Bazelak hit as he throws, incomplete. Looking for Shivers.
He had him too. He'd beaten Brothers out of the backfield. That was pure man coverage all the way. They were trying to get an extra guy to come on the rush. He had the protection. Better throw, he'd have gotten it.
Big number 90, Lawrence Johnson, 6'3", 310. He was in the face of Bazelak and got him down to the ground. Second straight 3 and out. And Charlie Jones back to receive the James Evans punt.
You really miss Dexter Williams' feet right here. I mean, it's not even close.
Their catch for Jones near the 20-yard line.
Not easy to do. The center is usually the communication center of that offensive line. Kaltenberger steps right in. He's also a tall guy. Most of those guys don't bend very well, but he's faring exceptionally well.
Now the passing game to Mockobee right now. It is working as he hurls his way for a first down across the 30-yard line.
Devin Mockobee, look, they're a different offense when he's playing. When he's in the game, he's a different guy. Take a look at this today. When you get him the football, good things happen. Devin Mockobee, I can't believe he wasn't offered only by Navy, because this kid is a pure football player, catches the ball, exceptional runner, good eyes, and like you said, he's like a bar of soap.
Gain of 3 on the run as we go back to the pass play a moment ago.
Yeah, again, behind him a little bit, but he just takes it off and goes. Look, this guy is the key to this offense. When he's in this football game, he makes a difference. When he's not in, it's a different offense.
Go back to what Jeff Brown told Elise Menaker at halftime, too, and Jeff was critical of his own play calling and maybe got away, Matt, from number 45 too much in the first half.
Sometimes that happens. He won't forget now.
O'Connell on the slant, caught, first down across the 40-yard line. There's Charlie Jones. So Purdue, game plan second half, 5:45 and 5:15.
It's really simple because it's man coverage. I want you to watch. Here he goes out, this defender goes out, that opens this, there's nobody underneath. And so as soon as he clears, it's just a leverage game. He stays in front of him, it's still good coverage, but you give up a first down. Charlie Jones he's a next level player. He definitely will be a returner. Like I said, he's a sure-handed guy who runs good routes.
O'Connell throws. That's incomplete. Noah Pierre on the coverage.
Excellent coverage by Noah Pierre. Outstretched that thing and made it go a little wider. I've been impressed here today with the coverage out of this Indiana secondary. They've been jumping them underneath. Look at that. That's a great effort there by Noah Pierre.
And it's a group that has underperformed all season long, Matt, and it's a group that has played a ton of football. So much experience in that defensive backfield, but it's a group that, to many, surprisingly has not performed well all year long.
They're playing well right now.
On second down, O'Connell takes a hit as he throws this one downfield, incomplete, a flag intended for T.J. Sheffield. Jalen Williams can't believe it. And a flag thrown as Sheffield, the intended receiver.
Holding. Defense, number 23. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Sheffield got on top of him right away. And you can see, let's see what he does. Oh, yeah, he started the tackle before, and he doesn't allow his hand to get through to make that catch. And Sheffield got on top of him.
Second penalty on Indiana tonight, and that advances the ball inside Hoosier territory at the 48, empty backfield. Stacking 3 receivers near the bottom of your screen. O'Connell, wide receiver screen. It's Sheffield in space, leaves his feet, and the pile surges across the 40, a gain of about 9.
And we said at the start of this game there are 2 guys that are going to have to do something for this Purdue offense.
Officials timeout for player injury.
Devin Mockobee was one, and Charlie Jones was the other. We forgot about Durham.
And there's an injured Hoosier down to the field right now. As the training staff takes a look at him, we'll step out. Timeout in Bloomington, 10-7 Purdue. And the race for the Big Ten West. Yesterday, Nebraska winning at Kinnick 24-17. So for Purdue, a win tonight. They're in. They would clinch the West. Illinois hoping for an Indiana rally tonight. And if they hang on, they're up big in Evanston. Illinois would then win the West. But right now, Purdue with the ball, leading by 3. The injured Hoosier, by the way, was James Head Jr. coming off a really good game against Michigan State defensive lineman. It's Mockobee. Pops off once and will drive for the first down to the 36.
I'll tell you, that is one good-looking bar of soap. I think that is such an apt description of his running style. And they call him crazy legs, or they say he's got crazy legs, but the bar of soap is him. And he is hard to tackle. All of a sudden he just squirts out and he's picked up a first down, and he's really playing well tonight.
Third quarter dominated by Purdue so far. O'Connell surveys and now throws incomplete. Good coverage downfield from Indiana. For the biggest Big Ten experience, there's no plus like home. The Big Ten Plus app, powered by Big Ten Network. Download and subscribe now.
No place to go with that football. He had to throw it, basically threw that away. That was a 3-receiver route. I mean, those guys were covered like a blanket.
On second down, O'Connell will take it. Got a block downfield, and with that, O'Connell's near a first down.
That's excellent decision by O'Connell. The 4-man rush, they're dropping 7. So once he gets past that initial surge, there's some room to be able to take, and he took it, and it sets up this 3rd and about 1. Give it to the bar of soap.
See, Payne Durham right there. He was blocking Caden Turner, the linebacker. Mockobee left side, makes a cut inside the 10. Another cut, touchdown Purdue. Mockobee, crazy legs on display. A 27-yard touchdown run, and the Boilermakers add on.
I think I just found my new favorite college running back. Devin Mockobee makes some cuts and moves, runs with his eyes so well. This kid is legit.
His 8th rushing score of the season, and Purdue down 7-3 at halftime. Finneran, point after try to make this a 10-point game. Off the Nick Sakino snap, extra point is good, and Purdue now in front by 10. 6:06 to go in quarter number 3.
They're a different team when Mockobee's playing. When he's not, you don't get any of this. Run with your eyes. Watch, he's going to take him outside. Now he's going to cut back to the inside. So you eliminate one defender. And then you take another cut back to the inside, and it's 6 points. That is just an outstanding job of running with your eyes. Great vision. I once had a chance to talk to Barry Sanders, and I said to him, how the heck do you see all that stuff? And he said, I see the same things you see, but I can get there. And that's exactly what Mockobee's doing here. He's seeing everything, and he can get to a spot where other guys can't. That cut right there, that's a big-time cut.
And his place on the depth chart, Matt, that evolved early this season. King Doru is at another banged-up year, unable to play tonight. Downing missed some time. And Mockobee just looked better and better in practice. And the former Boonville High Pioneer Boonville, about 20 miles east of Evansville, having a remarkable redshirt freshman season. Now a little trick play, and that's a live ball. That's a live ball picked up by Jalen Lucas, and he'll scamper across the 5, took a hit late, and a flag.
That's smart. That's a smart return setup to Jalen Lucas. They know we're going to kick everything away from him. So, okay, you want to do that? We'll draw everybody to this side of the field and come back to the other side with a throw. Unfortunately, dropped it, but he'll get some yardage here out of this penalty.
Fouling the play, personal foul, late hit. Kicking team number 10. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Indiana.
It's on Cam Allen. There's Tom Allen. Taps the helmet of his offense.
Yeah, this is smart, right? Draw him to one side. Now throw it back over to the guy in space. It was a lousy throw. It was underneath him. And then you're going to see the penalty come right here when he steps out of bounds.
So instead of having Indiana, pinned deep, Matt, near the 10-yard line, out near the 25. It's Lucas. Lucas picks up a block, and then he's ripped down across the 30-yard line. That took some time to develop, but Jalen Lucas, he made up for it, picked up 6.
Chad Wilt, their offensive coordinator, he said, look, we have to figure out ways how to get this guy in space and with the ball in his hands. And tonight they're doing that. It's a smart thing.
And now Indiana's going fast. This is the tempo that Bazelak is used to playing. Fakes the toss this time, will throw, and that's tipped in, nearly picked off by Brothers. Barner was open. If that's thrown a bit more, that's a catch for 88.
Absolutely. That's a big play. Brothers did a great job of having the wherewithal to be able to know where he was and get his hand up there right at the last second. Watch Brothers. He sees it, just gets his hand up, knocks it away, and sets up this third down.
Indiana does not have a first down yet this half. On 3rd and 4, Bazelak throws high, incomplete, and a flag. There is a flag thrown to the 35-yard line. Kieran Douglas in coverage, and he may be the guilty party.
Holding defense number 43. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Surprised me it came from the side. Usually that's handled by the middle of the field. Back judge. They get the nice pressure here. Can't see anything from there. He must have hooked him from the side. That's what he saw.
Intended for Emery Simmons. Indiana without Cam Camper, the passing game and the targets just haven't stepped up. Emery Simmons has been quiet. Anderson Colby has been quiet. .5:31 to go, quarter 3. First down, Indiana from its own 41. Bazelak fakes it to Shivers, throws, that's caught, perfectly thrown inside the 40-yard line. There is Simmons right on cue with the reception.
Nice job. Just get on top of that underneath defender. Now they're going to go with a little bit of hurry up.
22 yards, first reception for Simmons. His 34th catch all year. Take the toss to Lucas. Bazelak dangerously throws that one incomplete. Sanusi Kane nearly had a pick in front of A.J. Barner.
Kane was in perfect position to make that pick. Yeah, he jumped right in front of it. Bazelak not pressured, just makes, that's a bad decision. Actually, I think Barner may have turned into a defender right there, being able to knock that thing out.
Bazelak 7 out of 12, 55 yards in the air. Lucas to the 35, picks up about 2. Brought down by Lawrence Johnson, number 90. Tom Allen. Headset is off for now. Interesting chess match here. The two head coaches, Tom Allen, he calls the plays on defense. Jeff Brom, he calls the plays on offense.
Trips to the top side, you're singled down below.
Perhaps 4-down territory here on 3rd and 8. Down by 10. Bazelak looks right, throws that way, and that's
flag.
caught. Flags come down. That is a catch for Holt Bennett.
Yeah, he was there. He was all over him. He was held. You could see it from up here. And we're way up here.
Defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
The third penalty on this drive, man, for Jeff Brom's team.
Yeah, it happened before that. But it was a good call. I mean, like I said, I could see it from up here.
Jari Brown with the penalty. Bazelak fakes it to Lucas, and now we'll try to find him. The passing game does, but right there to bring him down was Jalen Graham. And then Wahlberg came in just in case. Lucas was never down. He acted like never hit the ground, popped up. Then 37 said, fine, let's play on. Loss of 4.
This is a drive that you have to be able to cash in on. Indiana's got to be able to get 6 out of this drive right here.
Seventh play of this drive. On the Purdue 29-yard line.
This is smart.
Lucas, and he's upended near the 35. There's Corey Trice.
Corey Trice read that like a book. As soon as he went a short motion out in the flat, and Trace just disregarded who was even in front of him. He just knew exactly what it was going to be. Really well done.
Boy, minimum here, Indiana hoping for 3, but they're moving backwards here. Bazelak steps up, throws, that's caught inside the 20-yard line. There's Simmons again. Short of the line to gain.
By about 3. Let's see what they do. They know they need 6 right here.
Really, you wouldn't kick a field goal to make this a 7-point game?
Yeah,
Third
not
quarter?
the way you're moving it at. Is he going to? Yeah, he's going to kick it.
So Simmons, a couple of receptions on the drive, and to make this a 7-point game, it's a 36-yard try for Campbell, missed from 44.
Should have listened to me.
Purdue keeps the lead at 10. Suleiman Paka with the block, number 50. Starting in place of the injured Branson Dean. Got a hand up. Block field goal. Purdue by 10.
I long to see the setting sun bring peace on earth to everyone, and faith reborn each glowing morn. That's why.
So after the blocked field goal, O'Connell takes over. Here's Mockobee. He is free once again. Mockobee across the 30-yard line. Indiana no answer right now to keep Mockobee from picking up big yard after yard. 13 more for number 45.
Yeah, he is playing exceptionally well, and he's capitalizing off that block. But weren't able to get that. Mockobee he's playing exceptional football.
80 yards rushing. Final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Mockobee again. To the 38. Matt, let's go back to the blocked field goal a moment ago.
Yeah, it's just, you're going to watch Jenkins, number 44, comes up. Now, in order for him to get this, that ball had to come off low. So that's the first piece of it. But Jenkins was able to get his hand on it and get the block, and that's a huge play in this game.
Credit Kadron Jenkins with the block, the junior from Louisville, Georgia. Keep this a 2-score game. After a gain of 5, O'Connell, time, throws incomplete.
They tried to get an out and up with the tight end, and he didn't bite. It's a good job of just throwing it away, except now it's going to set up this 3rd and 5. He had Durham on the out and up, and the backer just stayed right where he's supposed to. He didn't bite on that out, and he just threw it away.
Now that chess match. Head coach for Purdue, he calls the plays on offense. Head coach for Indiana, he calls the plays on defense. Big 3rd and 5.
Under 10 seconds.
O'Connell, pocket collapsing, and for the 3rd time tonight, O'Connell is sacked. 2nd time it's Ben Bryant.
The reason he's sacked is because there's no place to throw the football. He wanted to get it quick, but they're locked it up in man. Look, he jumps this coverage right away. He may have had Durham had he been able to see it quicker, but everybody else was taken. Really well done by that Indiana secondary, and that allows the pressure to come home.
Now for Bryant, 2 sacks tonight. Indiana is a team with 3. Keep in mind, the Hoosiers as a team in their previous 6 games had 3 total sacks. They have 3 alone tonight. And that'll be the end.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Purdue was down 4 at halftime. But in the 3rd, Purdue has a 10-point lead. Organized a coach drive this week here at Bloomington. It's a special young man in Cam Jones. And he's bummed right now that he can't be a part of this rivalry tonight. DJ Matthews on the return. Indiana will have the ball down 10. Let's head to Chicago, check in with Dave Repson in the T-Mobile studio update.
Corey, Illinois is absolutely having its way with Northwestern. The Wildcats, 5 turnovers. Sidney Brown a pick 6 here, his 2nd touchdown of the game defensively. It is 34-0.
During the kick, holding receiving team number 10. 10-yard penalty for the end of the kick. 1st down, Indiana.
All right, Dave, thank you. It's a penalty on the return. And Cam Jones pregame. Take a listen. Watch this guy. He's firing up his team before the game. We got a chance to talk, Matt, with Cam this week, and we both came away impressed with that guy.
Now, there's a lot to like right there. The guy's got his head screwed on right. You mentioned that he's going to be a success regardless, and you're 100% right. So you got Jalen Lucas back in the backfield. Need to get him the ball.
Bazelak got an option. Kept it. And picks up about 2. Elise, what do you have?
This week I was asked Aaron Casey about Jones because when I see him on the sideline, he's a motivator and he's basically like a coach on the sideline. And that's what Casey said, that he is still very much in the mix, even though he can't be out there, and he just finds the right things to say in situations.
And Elise, too, he's been traveling even for Indiana road games. Those roster spots are so precious when teams are on the road, especially. But Jones, he's been traveling to motivate this team, and he's a leader. Over the middle, and that's caught across the 35. 1st down to Emory Simmons. As Jones indicates a 1st down, indeed it is. So Simmons becoming a factor here, Matt, in the passing game.
Well,
the Bazelak.
Yeah, getting behind that 2nd level, and this ball's right where I'm at. It's a perfect throw, dead on. Really well done by Bazelak.
Cam Jones enjoying the result. Good coverage by Kane. Better throw by Bazelak, and now open, going up and incomplete, too high. Intended for Holt Bennett. Better throw. That's a big play.
Yeah, what they tried, you see how he pumped it underneath? He looked underneath, and then they bite on the underneath throw, and that allows him to get open. Yeah, right there. There's the pump, and he jumps it down here. And when he does that, that receiver gets on top of it, and it opens it wide up.
Indiana rallied last week at East Lansing. Nice run.
That kid is
on second down for Shivers.
That's another one. Sean Shivers, I get him the football. They were having success at the start of this game in the run game, and they should go back to it. Let him do what he's doing. That offensive line was dominating that defensive front, and Shivers was picking up 6-7 yards a clip.
On 3rd and 2, you like a run here, maybe?
Yeah, I let my offensive line. Hey, offensive lines, when they get a feel for it, give it to them.
Indiana was 4 out of 8 on 3rd down first half. Haven't converted yet here in the second half. Shivers, though, will change that.
Oh, that's a shame because he had a chance to get out the gate. 48 and out the gate from that point right there. That 50-yard line tripped him up. Watch, this is just nicely done. He sees it in the middle and now bounce it to the outside. Pocket can't get there. Just
tripped over his own man.
Yeah.
He tripped over his own lineman there. Left foot got tangled up. First down run, though. Bazelak, he'll take a chance. Has a man. Simmons open and a flag.
He had him by 3 yards. It wasn't even close. He had to stop for that thing, and he ended up giving him the penalty.
Defense, number 6. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
So Jalen Graham.
Yeah, he's on top of him, but he has to slow down and try to come back to this ball. And actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
It's underthrown.
It was underthrown.
Fifth Purdue penalty tonight. Bazelak, one-on-one, and it's caught by number 1, Donovan McCulley. First down, Indiana, a gain of 23.
He has him one-on-one to the outside, and he knows he has the middle of the field to work with, and so, again, you just leverage that defender. Get him on your hip. With a good throw, it's going to be a completion. Bazelak saw exactly that and made the nice throw.
On first down, Bazelak will keep it, and he'll scamper out of bounds near the 15-yard line, chased out by Kadrick Jenkins. Well, Indiana here tonight. They've been inside Boilermaker territory quite a few times tonight, but 3 of those drives have led to 0 points. 2 missed field goals and a punt.
Yeah, now keep in mind, the red zone down here, everything shrinks. So it takes away your deep game, but your crossing routes are the ones that can beat you.
With his 4th trip and differently for Bazelak and company. Bazelak pumps, checks it down for Shivers. And he's crunched near the 10-yard line by Wahlberg after a gain of 3.
Still have time, so you're going to have, it's going to be about 6 or 6.5 yards or so.
Indiana can't pick up a first down at around the 4. Empty backfield. Bazelak all day to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Jamari Brown broke it up, intended for Donovan McCulley.
And that was what you call a contested ball, right? They're both there. They're both going to go for it. Looks like he may have had some of that shirt on McCulley, but they let him play through it. Nice job. That's just a great play. Both guys, they're both doing the same thing.
So Campbell will try again. Missed from 44, blocked from 36 to make it a 1-score game, and this one is perfect. 22-yard try is good, and we have a 1-score game early on in the 4th quarter. That will be the matchup if Purdue wins tonight. Purdue has never been to a Big Ten championship game. But that could change here in Bloomington. And no return. Ball comes out to the 25-yard line. We take a look at tonight's Quick Clips brought to you by Sport Clips. It's been number 45, Devin Mockobee tonight, Matt.
Yeah, Devin Mockobee is just playing an exceptional game. He's catching the ball well out of the backfield. He's running the ball. It looks seemingly when there's nothing there, and all of a sudden, I love that description. He's a bar of soap. So he's just he's having an outstanding game.
Mockobee, remember, he was knocked out of the game early last week, was in concussion protocol all week long, was cleared. And he's been a huge part of Purdue's game here tonight. O'Connell sets up the screen, and right on cue it is. Mockobee's dragged down near the 30 for a gain of about 5 by Jared Casey. Linebacker in there tonight. He's missed some time this season with an injury.
All they're trying to do there is they're playing the cover 2, right? And so they're going to put 3 to one side and clear that area, and then they sneak Mockobee out in that spot that's been cleared. He's been picking up 5 or 6 yards every time he's done it.
Mockobee in the pass game, he has 5 receptions tonight and 18 receptions all year long before tonight. On 2nd and 5, O'Connell throws, caught, first down near the 40-yard line. That's TJ Sheffield, picks up 10.
This is a big drive right here for this Purdue Boilermaker team. They've got to get some points on the board because they have not stopped Indiana. The last 3 drives, Indiana's moved the ball well.
Under 10 to play.
First down is where they've been good. They've been able to get at least 5 yards on first down.
Mockobee picks up the blitz. O'Connell time. Jones wide open. Inside the 10. Touchdown Purdue. 60-yard strike. O'Connell to Jones once again. And Purdue leads by 13.
Jones should turn around and thank his protection. There was no pressure whatsoever. And because of that, he was able to take his time and find the middle of the field, which was wide open. I believe that puts him over 100.
Charlie Jones, 4 receptions, 143, and a touchdown. A Blitnikoff Award semifinalist. 60-yard touchdown play. Finneran. Extra point is good. O'Connell once again to his buddy from the Chicago suburbs, Charlie Jones. That pairing does it again, this time for 60. And Purdue getting closer to the bucket and a Big Ten West crowd in Bloomington. But right now, Charlie Jones, he's been making noise on the field all season long. 143 yards, 7th game with 100 yards receiving or more. A 60-yard touchdown play. And Purdue leads by 14. Here's Lucas. And he's shoved out across the 25-yard line. Matt, another look at the touchdown play a moment ago.
The first thing I want you to watch is this offensive line. They do a nice job there. It's just going to be a 4-man rush. And then I want you to watch Devin Mockobee, because he's going to have the one-on-one to the outside with the blitzer. And there it is. Now that gives him time. Now right down here, you're going to see he's going to cross his face underneath. And in so doing, he screws up the defender's feet, and he becomes wide open. And then it's just a race to the end zone. And Charlie Jones, a 4-5 guy, runs pretty darn well. But that ball's right where it needed to be. Everybody did their jobs, and that's what happens.
Bazelak underneath to Josh Henderson. And Henderson, near a first down, picks up about 9 to the 35-yard line. 2 more touchdown passes for Aiden O'Connell here tonight. 1 to Durham, now to Jones, 65. It is great Purdue career. First down run, Henderson across the field.
Yeah, and they're speeding up their pace a little bit. They're at the line of scrimmage and they're moving it. And they're going to not allow Purdue to be able to get anybody in for a pass rush or anything like that. So the personnel that's there, they have to do everything.
Bazelak throws, had time. Malachi Holt-Bennett, first down. And he fights his way to the 40-yard line. So like you said, Matt, Indiana able to move the ball. Purdue not stopping it right now.
It's simple. These are simple routes, right? So the concepts are really easy. So they're running a guy out in the flat, and they'll wait for that defender to bite, and then he throws behind him. It's just, it's high school stuff.
Henderson finds a crease. And Corey Allen brings it down after a gain of 8.
What you can see is Purdue's getting tired. They're getting tired up front. And so now Indiana's taking advantage of it. They're just running the football at them, and they're getting no pass rush. They're bringing it off the edge.
Henderson, big hole left side. Henderson down to the 20. A gain of 12. With Dexter Williams, the second, Indiana slowed things down, but Bazelak, Matt, when he was under center for the bulk of the season, this was an offense that went fast.
It did go fast. Jalen Graham right there came clean, and he ran right past him.
Screen to Henderson, trying to get some blockers, and finally enough of that. Nick Carraway said, I'm shoving you out, but Carraway's down right now, number 5.
Yeah, so that's a needed blow for this defense.
Bucket game. Purdue has won 3 of the last 4. Indiana on the move. Down 14, under 8 to play. Connor Bazelak in for an injured Dexter Williams the second. Hands it off to Henderson. Beg your pardon, Jalen Lucas on the carry. Samisi Fakasiecki ready for that. No gain of the play.
Fakasiecki's there from the backside. Paka's the guy who took it away from the front. Didn't allow it to go anywhere. It sets up this second down, but they have not been able to get a pass rush.
Bazelak pumps once, throws high, incomplete at the 10-yard line.
That's on Bazelak, Corey. He did have time. He needed to set his feet and make that throw. He was still going to take the hit regardless.
A field goal doesn't give you much here, Matt. So right now down 14, 7:25 to go. Offense stays out there for Tom Allen. 4th and 7. They're 2 of 2 on 4th down tonight.
They need to push out. They're going to play a zone right here to try to keep things in front of them. I try to sneak Lucas out the back down in the lower flat down here and see what he can do. Right there, he's in the open. Oh.
Bazelak rolling, throws into coverage, tipped it incomplete. Intended for Holt-Bennett. Corey Trice was there defensively. There's an injured Hoosier down to the 5-yard line, but Purdue will get the ball back on downs, up by 14 and 7:18 to play.
Throwing on the run.
Time on the field.
So an injured Hoosier, and with that we'll step aside. Purdue has the ball back on downs. The injured Hoosier, by the way, was wide receiver Anderson Colby. He was able to walk off, or jog off rather, on his own. Tyrone Tracy Jr. with the carry, picks up about 3. Tackled by Casey.
I'm going to be surprised here if they don't go back to Mockobee. Mockobee's the engine that's been driving this offense here in the second half.
Now with Sparks, Indiana's come from behind win last week. Got a key turnover late against Michigan State. O'Connell and no rush. Play clock under 5. Here's Mockobee. Spins his way to the 24. Check in with Chicago now. Dave Repson in the T-Mobile studio update.
Well, Corey, if Purdue could hang on here, they would be headed to Indy to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Donovan Edwards went over 200 yards in the second half alone. Michigan pulling away 45-23. They're the East champs for the second straight year.
All right, Dave, thank you. Michigan winning in Columbus at the shoe for the first time since 2000, and did so convincingly. Option O'Connell, the flip to Mockobee, Indiana makes a key stop on third down. It was Tywone Mullen.
He read it perfect. He read it perfect, and he beat his blocker.
Player injury.
That's on Devin Mockobee, and it looks like he had that knee.
Mockobee, the injured Boilermaker right now.
Yeah, right there.
As he took hit, Locks, he finishes here. And Mockobee is down right now. He's been brilliant tonight, was in concussion protocol all week long, cleared to play. So we will step out and take a 30-second break. DJ Matthews awaiting the punt from Jack Ansel.
This Purdue defense has not had the answer for this Indiana offense here in the second half.
But Indiana scored only 3 points since halftime.
Short punt.
Takes a Purdue bounce and is down inside the 40-yard line. Purdue will win tonight. Win number 8. Win number 6 in league play. And for the first time in school history, a chance to play in the Big Ten championship game.
If they're going to do it, their defense is going to have to step up here. They got a 14-point lead. They've not been able to handle this offense here, especially in this last quarter and a half or so.
And for Indiana, Matt, the ball has to find number 12's hands, right? Jalen Lucas here.
100%. Just dump it to him. There you go.
Going too high, incomplete. Bazelak came in for the injured Dexter Williams II. Suffered a right leg injury, had to be carted off field in the first quarter. On second down, it's Lucas. And he's lifted up. Lifted off his feet by Jalen Graham.
His feet were still moving when he picked them up. It's like he was.
Jalen Graham had a pick 6 taken back last week for high stepping.
Yeah, saw that.
On 3rd and 4, Bazelak can run for this. Instead, will throw it and near midfield, bobbled and incomplete.
That's a mistake by Bazelak. You were 100% right. He could have taken that thing and read a book on the way.
Just needed 4 yards, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to set up this 4th down, and they're going to have to go for it here.
2-score game. Indiana does have 3 timeouts remaining.
See if they don't bring some heat here. Try to force him into a decision.
Since Indiana may call a timeout here, they're late getting this play in and lining up. Play clock under 5.
Yeah, the slot receiver, just throw it.
And it's caught.
Great throw
By Simmons.
Great throw. Just found that hole in the zone. Just sat down. Simmons went down to get it, but watch how quick this releases. Boom, ball's out fast. Nicely done by Simmons coming back to it.
Bazelak looking left and throws high. Nice catch by Lucas. And he's forced out near the 45 by Corey Trice.
Nice job by Trice in a one-on-one on the outside. You know you got to use the sideline for your help. So you take away the inside and force him to go one way.
Gain of 1. Bazelak steps up, throws out of bounds.
I misread that one.
Took a hit as well. Bazelak was on his seat.
Donovan McCulley down there.
Charlie Jones, a big night. 60-yard touchdown reception. On 3rd and 9, Bazelak throws behind, incomplete. Two defenders there, Hampton and Graham surrounding A.J. Barter. Fourth down. Indiana will go for it once again.
Good time. Good protection, rather. Ball is just kind of a little bit behind him. But Barner, right here in situations like that, that's something Barner's got to. He's got to come up with the ball somehow.
Indiana's converted 3 fourth downs tonight. They had converted 6 all year long before tonight. On 4th and 9, throws high and should have been picked off by Sanusi Kane. Intended for McCulley, and once again Purdue takes over on downs.
You know, I'm just sitting here and watching this game unfold, and just going back to thinking, I wonder how it would have been with Dexter Williams in the lineup. Just because his feet added such a big dimension, and he's still learning the throwing game, right? He's still slowing down for him, but what a devastating blow for that Indiana team.
So 3:51 to go. Good news for Purdue. Devin Mockobee is back in.
See that?
In the pistol behind O'Connell. Mockobee closing in at 100 yards on the ground and still not down yet. Then whistle blows it dead near the 49. Picks up 4 more.
First charge timeout, Indiana.
Indiana calls a timeout.
30-second timeout.
First timeout called by IU.
So if Purdue can successfully run this clock down, run this game out via Mockobee's legs with that Michigan team, that's going to be an uphill battle for Michigan. Michigan, I think, defensively they have a pass rusher. They have run defenders. They've got speed on the outside. You'd have to think that they'd be heavily favored in that game.
Mockobee entering this game tonight was behind Montrell Lowe, 3rd most rushing yards by a freshman in a single season in French and team history, but he is quickly approaching Markel Jones and his record of 875 set back in 2015. Indiana 2 timeouts remaining. Mockobee tripped up. 3rd down at about 2. DeMarcus Elliott made the stop after a gain of 4. And
Second
Indiana
charge
calls
timeout, Indiana. 30-second timeout.
And we will keep it here with 3:33 to go, and Purdue leading 24-10. Now coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm breaks down all the action. Dave and the guys will talk about the bucket, about Michigan, Ohio State, about the X, Landon Lincoln, all those fun rivalry games here on the final Saturday of the regular season. Get you set too for a preview of what's to come in Indy next week. The Big Ten Championship game presented by Discovery.
Is Oaken a word?
According to the poem, it is.
So it's a poetic word.
It's a poetic word.
It's a poetic word. I was looking up oak, and I was thinking, you know, I like oak buckets. You know, I like oak. It's a good wood, especially white oak. I use a lot of it in my shop. But I couldn't find any oaken tree.
You're missing that in PA. All right. 1 timeout left. On 3rd and 2, Mockobee won't have it. And no gain of the play. If anything, a half a yard. Brian Fitzgerald made the tackle. 3rd
and final charge timeout, Indiana.
And Indiana will call its final timeout. We'll stay here. 3:27 to go. 2-score game.
So the safe thing to do would be to kick it, right? The field position thing to do is if you'd go for it here, you could end it right on 1 run. But then again, you'd give them better field position. But it's a 2-score game. I'd punt it. That's probably what he'll do.
You know, Jeff Brom, too, has to be happy with the progression that the ground game has made this season. This is a Purdue team that in recent seasons they could pass the ball as well as anybody in the conference. When it came to the ground game, it was at the bottom of the league year after year, but not this year. They've made strides. They're averaging on the ground about 128 yards per game. That's their best average in 4 years.
Yeah, and that's Devin Mockobee. That Mockobee, I think, surprised all kinds of people, including the coaching staff.
Right, yeah. So Purdue will punt this away on 4th and 1. A 2-score game, fair catch. Matthews brings it in inside the 10. A 36-yard punt.
And 90 yards away in a 2-score game with no timeouts. Really, the red zone in the second half was not kind to Indiana.
Yeah, I think too, Matt, you could look back on this with how the second half has gone. But Indiana, as the first half was winding down, yes, they were deep inside their own territory, but had 3 timeouts. They elected to be pretty conservative there, had momentum, and took a 7-3 lead into the locker room. Bazelak throws, that's tipped in, incomplete. Deflected by Jalen Graham, intended for Emory Simmons.
Good job by Graham, trying to hit the middle of that cover 2. One of the weaknesses in the cover 2 is right down the middle of the field. And so that middle backer in the position he's playing right there in this particular set, with you got to run that middle. And you got to run with number 3 down the middle, and that's exactly what he did.
It's a ground game for Indiana that's had success tonight, but long way to go and down by 14. This is an offense that needs points and needs points in a hurry. And that's thrown behind, incomplete. And Bazelak's been off too, intended for Henderson. And we've seen that tonight. There have been open receivers, and he's just been off with his throws.
Rushing himself a little bit. Yeah. I think that's what happens when this offensive line has played well tonight, but in previous games we've watched them play and they have not protected very well. And I think when you start taking some hits, you start letting the ball go a little too soon.
3rd and 10. Purdue brings 4, and they're going to get home. A sack near the 1.
Not a safety, however.
Jenkins and Sullivan, the ends combined to sack Bazelak at the 1-yard line. 2nd sack for Purdue tonight.
Jenkins takes a hard inside move and beats Sales, and then that's close.
It's close. That ball is close.
Yeah. So it's where the body was when he went down, where the ball was when the body went down.
4th and 19, going for it. Bazelak rolling in his own end zone, trying to keep the play alive, and now throws. That's caught nowhere near the line to gain by Bennett. And he has the ball ripped away by Corey Trice, and it's a touchdown for Purdue.
Will that go as a fumble or a pick? It would probably have to be a pick if he didn't have control of it.
Malachi Holt-Bennett was fighting to give Indiana any chance to keep this possession alive, and Corey Trice just stole that ball away from Holt-Bennett.
Graham tipped it. Well, let's watch it from here. There's the catch. Oh, no, this is a fumble. He had control of it. Then there's the tip drill, and then he just pulled it out of his hands, and it's 6 quick.
And that will seal it. With that defensive score, Purdue is Indy bound. And this Boilermaker team, for the first time in school history, will play in the Big Ten championship game next week in Indianapolis. A 20-point lead. Finneran hooked it. Wide left, no good, but a 20-point lead. On 4th and forever, Indiana had no choice but to go for it. Holt-Bennett popped it in the air, and Corey Trice ripped it away. Stole the ball and the hearts of those here in Bloomington for a come-from-behind win.
I got to tell you, though, what Indiana did, they kept on fighting. That offense kept on moving. They just couldn't put the score in. So what Tom Allen said at halftime, just keep on fighting. Their team did keep on fighting.
O'Connell and the offense and this team and the defense too with Corey Trice. They've outscored Indiana 27-3 in this half. This was a 7-3 game at halftime. Indiana on top. And Charlie Jones, he's had a big night. He's not alone. Devin Mockobee's been brilliant. And Corey Trice, guy that moved from safety to corner in the spring of 19, pretty much seals it for Purdue. 2:17 to go. Swivet doing that to keep the ball away from Lucas. And stacked up near the 25. Aiden O'Connell, what a story. When Purdue and the new coaching staff arrived in 2017, O'Connell was in the offensive coordinator Brian Brom. Aiden was there with his dad and said, what are my options? You know, Aiden's only offer was a chance to play at Division III Wheaton College in Illinois. O'Connell said, nope, I want to be here. And Brian said, well, you have to be patient, wait your turn. And he began 8th on the depth chart.
And that was only because there were 7 other people there.
I mean, he had a hope for some poor performance. Injuries happened to guys like Elijah Sindelar and Jack Plummer. And he just waited, and when his opportunity came, he pounced. So that's one walk-on that had a great career, and this may be another. You know, Devin Mockobee, another former walk-on. It's a program, Matt, that's had success with walk-ons. Even Xander Horvath, who's now playing the NFL with the Chargers, he began his career as a walk-on.
Oh, yeah.
Catch across the 40-yard line, a gain of 10.
And they're just going to let them just go down the field and keep everything in front of the defense. So you're going to get your drop, and you come up and make the tackle.
Bazelak throws, and that's caught near the 41 by Malachi Holt Bennett. Indiana, no timeouts. Clock will stop temporarily. 19 more.
Devin Mockobee, you see him right there, and he's took a little bit of a beating here tonight, but I'll tell you what, that kid, he's a gamer. You want him on your team.
All right, Purdue getting the ball back. He'll finish with 99 yards rushing. So there is inside that case, and I'm sure that case can tell some stories. The old oaken bucket, believed to be 180 years old. Tonight, the 97th bucket game. Made the trip to Bloomington. It's going back to West Lafayette, and with that, a Big Ten West title on the crossing pattern. That's caught by Henderson. Clock running. 60 seconds to go after a gain of 9.
If you're going to pick a player of the game here today, who do you pick?
I'd go with Mockobee. I just think the difference, the first drive of the game, and then at halftime, get the ball to that guy. In the passing game, Matt, he was big. The running game, we saw that. I think just, you know, Jeff Brom, what he told Elise at halftime was pretty telling. Some of this was his own doing. Some poor play calling. And Aiden O'Connell, emotional on that sideline. And he's got more football to play. Bazelak hit and dropped. And a flag, multiple flags now come in. That will halt play with 27 seconds to go.
Following the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 44 and 5. Only one 15-yard penalty will be assessed. Automatic first down.
Jeff Brom, he's still coaching. And we welcome those of you that watch Illinois defeat Northwestern. An emotional Aiden O'Connell on the sideline. 27 seconds away from a Big Ten West title. Purdue down 7-3 at halftime. A dominant second half and a 30-10 lead with 15 seconds to go.
It's appropriate with O'Connell and Charlie Jones, high school and little grade school buddies.
Final play, and that's going to be a touchdown to Josh Henderson, a 9-yard touchdown. And the clock is at zeros, so the touchdown will count.
That's the end of the game.
And that's the end of the game. Gatorade bucket emptied on Jeff Brom. For the first time in school history, Purdue will head to Indy and play in the Big Ten West, or in the Big Ten title game. The Big Ten West champions will play number 3 Michigan in the Big Ten title game in Indy a week from tonight. Devin Mockobee, a walk-on. Aiden O'Connell, a former walk-on. And Purdue's season not over yet. A Big Ten championship game against Michigan coming up next week. Jeff Brom right now standing by with the Lease Matthew.
Coach, Big Ten West champs, you are headed to Indianapolis for the first time. How does that sound?
Well, it sounds great. You know, as you go through the season, you don't. That's always a hope and a dream, but you know, we just battled all year long, and we just kind of hung in there, and some things fell our way, and we took advantage of it. So credit to our guys and coaches, and just a huge accomplishment by them.
The journey to get to this point, I'm not even just talking about this season, but for you coming into this program and where it is at today, describe what it took to get here.
Well, we're always trying to get better each and every year, and I think we got guys that are hungry. They're out to prove themselves. They feel like they've been overlooked. And we're going to give them that opportunity. And as coaches, we want to do the best job we can to put them in the best position to win football games. And I think if you just work your tail off from the head coach, assistant coaches, and players all the way down, you'll have a chance. And I just think our guys competed hard all year long. And like I said, we had the luck go our way a little bit here towards the end with some games. And but couldn't give any more credit to our guys and coaches because they battled all year.
That answer, I feel like you described a couple of guys like Aiden O'Connell and Devin Mockobee. First, I want to ask about O'Connell and his journey. What can you say about your quarterback?
Well, they're all warriors, and Aiden, you know, when he plays tough, he hangs in there. He handles adversity well. He continues to battle. He came out in the second half and led us down to 2 touchdown drives that really set the momentum for the rest of the half. Devin Mockobee just comes in as a walk-on and shows people what it's all about and runs the ball hard, and he's tough, and he doesn't come off the field. So we're fortunate to have those guys in our program. They've earned their stripes. Our team's rallied around them, and look where we're at now.
Well, you're going to be in Indianapolis. You're playing Michigan. Initial thoughts when you hear about that matchup?
Well, it's going to be a tough matchup. You know, Michigan's a great team. They're undefeated for a reason. And to go into Columbus and win that game, I didn't see the second half, but that's unbelievable. So, of course, we'll have our hands full, but we're just going to enjoy this one right now because we had to battle and fight and scratch just to win this football game.
Finally, I just want to ask, you're with your daughter, Brooke. Just describe the emotions that go into a win like this because she's part of this too.
Well, I'm happy she's here. You know, they got to put up with me a lot during the season. I'm not real fun to be around at times, especially when we're losing. And they hang in there and they try to enjoy it as much as they can. But I appreciate being here. It means a lot.
Brooke, he's fun, right? All the time.
Yeah.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Elise, thank you very much. Good note here from statistician John Barron. Purdue and Michigan, last time they played, 2017. Haven't played in 5 years. They'll meet in Indy for the Big Ten championship next week. And the old Oaken Bucket, the 97th meeting of the second straight year. That bucket is staying in West Lafayette. First Big Ten Division championship in program history. Champions of the West. They'll add another gold P to that chain. A 30-16 win. Aiden O'Connell. He's got more to play, and he's standing by down to the field with Elise Menninger.
Aiden, you guys are champions. You're headed to Indianapolis. First, can you just describe the emotions that you were feeling there at the end?
Yeah, overwhelming. A lot of gratitude. the Lord's been really good to me and to our team, and just really proud of our guys for battling through and getting a tough win.
Describe the journey of this season and what it took to get to this point, the ups and the downs.
Yeah, I'd be lying if we said we knew we were going to be here the whole time. It's like you said, ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and just super proud of our organization, our program, of coaches, administration, players, battling through some tough losses.
I want to go back to a conversation you had with Brian Brom when he's telling you about your chances here of playing and what those could look like, and you decided, I want to walk on and play at Purdue. From that moment forward, what did it take from you to keep going? I think it's kudos to the people around me. It's my parents supporting me, allowing me to walk on here and supporting me through that, other family, and, coaches getting me here, former teammates, former friends, all that stuff. I didn't do it by myself. I had a lot of help. That helped. I saw you talk to Charlie Jones at the end of the game. You have someone like Devin Mockobee also walking on and making a big difference. Just describe for me, when you know that you're a part of leading this team to a championship, what that means to you. Yeah,
it's about those guys. It's about Charlie, Mockobee, and then so many more offensive line that just does such a good job. We've had injuries, and guys had to step up, and our defense playing great, keeping us in the game. So it's just an all-around victory for our program.
And I know you want to celebrate the win, and you will. But when I tell you that you're going to be playing Michigan, just initial reaction.
It's going to be a really good team. Obviously, we won it last year. We're there last year, so it's going to be a hard-fought game. We're going to have a good week of practice, and we're excited.
I got to ask, you get the bucket, too, with this one. How does that feel?
It's good. The bucket stays with us. I think that's where it's supposed to be.
Aiden, thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
All right, ladies, thank you very much. Aiden O'Connell finishes his career 2-1 in bucket games. You saw that stat, 9 touchdowns in 3 games against Indiana. Purdue, a win tonight, 30-16. Aiden O'Connell wrapping up what's been an amazing career and not done yet. A Big Ten championship game, then a bowl game still to come for the 6th-year senior and Aiden O'Connell. Matt, some final thoughts here quickly. Purdue wins the West.
Purdue does what they had to do. They were able to come up with the scores when they were afforded the opportunity. That was the difference in the game. I think Indiana had some opportunities, and it didn't happen. And I think they will represent the West well. It's going to be a tough game against Michigan, because that's a heck of a football team.
And that'll do it from Memorial Stadium, where Purdue wins 30-16 over Indiana. Coming up next, the Big Ten Live Football Postgame Show presented by State Farm with Dave and the guys. For Matt Millen, Elise Menaker, Denny Blunt, Director Pat O'Connor, and the best crew around, Corey Provis saying so long from Bloomington. Purdue wins the West. They will play Michigan in the Big Ten championship game next week.
I long to see